Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Proven Inspiration. I do hope you're having a good day. Our topic for today is I am tired. You may have heard yourself say this before or heard your spouse say it. This topic is dedicated to happily married couples or on your way there. Okay? So the danger really, this topic is about the danger of being tired. Um, and tiredness is something that happens to all of us. While some couples might focus on romance in order to build the relationship, you might be focusing on communication or consideration. And these are all worthy goals. These are all things that are worthy of your attention. However, a silent killer amongst a lot of relationships is tiredness. Tiredness can occur from just physical and sheer exhaustion. So that means you're doing too much and you're getting very little rest and very little sleep. There's that kind of tiredness. But there's also the tiredness, there's a weariness in your soul. So the second type of tiredness, sleep won't necessarily fix that. But the first type of tiredness can be handled by getting more sleep. Tightness is something that should be addressed and should be given due consideration to, because it can actually cause you to become somebody that you were not. So if you're tired, either physically or in your soul, you could find yourself just reacting sharply to your kids, to your spouse. They say something and you just go off the deep end and you find yourself speaking sharply to them. And when you do that, you create an atmosphere that is not conducive for love and for communication or for happiness. You can find yourself creating pictures in your mind of just scenarios that you imagine that your spouse is engaging in. You just create these pictures and they're not real, they're not based on reality, but you have these pictures in your mind. You can find yourself interpreting what your spouse is doing in a different way than the way that they intended. So they say something from a clean heart, from a true motive, and you interpret it and misinterpret it and read things into what they said. And why does all of this happen? It happens because you're tired. You're tired on the inside or you're tired physically. So it's important that you address tiredness and you watch out for it, because it can be a silent killer in relationships if it goes unaddressed for a long period of time. So as it relates to tiredness, physical exhaustion, that can be addressed by, like I said, getting more sleep and scheduling more sleep. I know it can be hard if you've got young children or young babies, but it's important that you do that, even if it means leaving the baby with your spouse and going over to a friend's house to get a nap where nobody calls you mom. You can just actually sleep. You could do that, but it's important that you prioritize it. If you know you're not getting enough sleep, then schedule it, because you can only go for so long without sleep. Eventually, it will start to leak out of you, and it will leak out of you in ways that you're not going to like. So, it's important that you get sleep. However it needs to happen, it does need to happen. Because if you think about it, if you had a small baby and then eventually you had to go to work, you would go to work because you needed to earn the money, right? So you'd leave your child with a nanny or a nursery, and you would go to work because you needed the money. And if you look at it in the same light, your body needs sleep, and the relationships that you have in your home need you to be well rested. So if you invest that amount of importance in your well-being, then you will get the sleep that you need. Whether you need to get it at a hotel or at a friend's house, you do that. You get the sleep that you need, you get the rest. And it's not just about sleep, it's also about rest. It means sometimes you just maybe leave the laundry undone, leave some of the chores undone, so that you can get the rest that you need and just do nothing. I know for females it can be harder than for males, but get into the practice of doing it, because once you are well rested, you can give of yourself more lovingly, you can give of yourself, and you can be fully present and see things as they actually are. As it relates to the second type of tiredness, the tiredness that emanates from your soul, With this type of tiredness, it's important that you take the time to actually reflect on what's going on the inside of you. Take the time to be fully aware of the feelings and the emotions that are going on inside of you. It might be that something is missing. It might be that your life has become mundane and there are certain things that you need to stop doing. It might be that you need to take up new interests, singing, painting, dancing, something that you enjoy doing. You just need to take up new interests, and that could be as a couple, or as an individual. However, whatever it is that you need, take the time to assess and find out what your soul needs. You might need to connect with nature. You might need to go on a short holiday. Find out what you need and then go and do that. Go and get the restoration that your soul needs. Because once you've done that, then you can then operate and give to your family and give to your spouse and give to your children from a full tank as opposed to from an empty tank. Once you are well restored, once you've resolved the issue of tiredness, particularly the tiredness of the soul, you can hear what your partner says and interpret it correctly. You can speak with kindness to your partner and to your children. You can stop creating these images in your mind that really do not exist apart from in your mind. Okay? So tiredness is dangerous, and it's not something that you should just allow stay by the side, because it can lead to quite disastrous situations in your marriage, and that's not what you want. Okay, so please feel free to share this video and get the rest that you need, get the restoration that you need. From my heart to yours, until next time, take it easy. Bye.